Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. So today I wanted to give in a sense, more constructive critique of the talent Unbreakable, which is a chess piece talent, and it has some requirements. And I just wanted to talk about how this is probably potentially one of the biggest waste of potentials. And I don't say this in a downing way. I'm not trying to super complain. And this is not even a build. So I guess there are ways to make it work, Unbreakable. And if you know a way where you have a build that uses Unbreakable and does decent damage, because damage is very important in this game, then please let me know, because I will be happy to run a damage version of this build. But currently, the way the build wants you to go is quite awkward. And first of all, let's look at Unbreakable. And I know a lot of you probably know, but for those of you who don't know, this talent grants you 70% of max armor repair when your armor is depleted. Armor kits used when within the next 7 seconds are not consumed. So when you're taking damage, your armor breaks. You're able to gain 70% of that armor back. If you have a lot of armor, even better for something like this. The only problem is armor scaling is really awkward in this game. Your armor is going to scatter almost the same as somebody who's running probably half the same armor as you are if you stand in front of enemy fire, because armor doesn't make much of a significant difference. And this leads me, and I'm going to share my opinion here, to think that the developers probably do not know what to do with armor scaling in PvE versus enemy damage versus how we need to use cover. Because if they want us to use cover and they are giving us an incentive to use cover, which I think is good, then there has to be an incentive to stack armor. But there isn't one, because armor will shatter like glass every time. Now, the talent's pretty cool, but there's one thing that really irked me when I actually got the 11 mods to put in this stupid thing and go out there, and I'm already upset. There's a cooldown that you don't know about here. You see that? You're not told how long this cooldown is, only that if it happens, well, you are going to wait a few seconds. So while I'm real time making this video, let's go get into some enemy fire. Let's see exactly how long this cooldown takes, because this was something that really made me question even why a talent like this would be put in the game, because I kind of had some ideas. I said, okay, we can run compensated gloves, get 15% damage on, let me say, maybe get 15% damage on the gloves. Like if you look at what I'm experimenting with here, I'm trying to do that. I have assault rifle damage. I got the good old shebang. This is only 18,000 damage, but I could run one of those pretty AKs. I don't have anyone here, but those military AK-47s that do decent damage. I was going to take a shield with it as well, which is ironic. You need a whole bunch of skill power to get your shield modded and all that stuff, which is ridiculous. You're supposed to have more tankiness to get your shield working. Remember how they built D3 in the Division 1? You had to have about 6,000 stamina. Where are you going to get all those, electronics from if you did that? Well, here they decide, well, you got to have a bunch of electronics to be able to do a bunch of stuff here. Absolutely pointless. I mean, that's why I titled this video A Waste of Potential. And so let's go get in front of some enemy fire. And then I have a video clip where I actually tested it to see, and I can go to that video clip, but nope, I don't want to do that. I want to go into a challenging mission right here as I'm making this video, and I want to see how much damage I can take. I can do decent damage, but that is not indicative of, how it's going to look. Let this guy shoot me and let my armor break. See that? It's pretty good. It's pretty good, but there's a cooldown. See? That cooldown, I don't know. You see it? It still shows, and I think the cooldown is now for any med kits I use within the next 7 seconds, and I can't get it again. Once my armor breaks, it's it. I'm prone to all kinds of damage and stuff. Now I could use my shield as the next possible thing, but I've sacrificed so much to be able to get this thing going. And my shield, hopefully my shield is about to shatter. Look at that. No shield. Because I don't have skill power. So what am I going to do as a tank using Unbreakable? What am I going to do with this talent? Now, I started out this video and I asked the question, if you already have a build that shows how to use this, a build that can leverage this talent and it's doing very well for you, please let me know in the comment section, because one of the first things about doing a build is you make a mental picture, and then you go into your calculation sheet and do all that fun stuff and find out the pieces that you want and all the, and all that awesome stuff. But then when you start doing your formative side of it, you look and say, I'm going to need things like Heraldry. I have an Heraldry something that has multiple slots here. I could also use this one too. Gives me a whole bunch of skill and all that stuff, I guess, and get a bunch of armor, but armor scaling is awkward. And so I'm at an impasse with this whole thing. Maybe I can get more skill power, but ladies and gentlemen, is it even worth running? And that's the question I'm asking myself, for losing so much damage that I can get in other places. I can get a whole lot of other things. And so I would rather take this shield, which I can't even mod unless I have a lot of skill power, and just stack to a whole bunch of damage and lose some accuracy or whatever. And I'll be able to mow down enemies a lot and just be able to take on a little bit of damage here and there. So in my opinion, I don't know what this talent is in here for. I don't know what its cooldown does. I don't know what it's, I don't know why it's even a talent in the game. It's just one of those hope it gets better someday or roll it off right now talents. And so it's a wasted potential in the game, which kind of shows us the position of the game that we're in right now in the Division 2. I didn't mean to make this video kind of negative, but whenever you do constructive criticism, it can come off as negative. But I think it's about time we started looking deeper into the underlying issues that the game currently has. And some of those underlying issues is lack of context. There is no context in order for you to be able to have something like this in the game. If armor scaled like it did in the Division 1, then Unbreakable will be a well loved. It will be in the Hall of Fame of brand set talents. But currently, that is not the case. And I think it's sad, because I really love to run a tank specialization. I would really enjoy, playing that role as a tank. But as a tank, you have to also be doing something else. You got to be doing some kind of DPS. It's ridiculous if you can't do at least something that's measurable, and instead you're doing something that, you're doing some damage, but then you have to quickly run back into cover. So you're allowed to tank for a specific amount of time. And please don't give me that your armor rolls and all that blah 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 is low crap. I can get pieces that have a lot of armor and transfer them. I mean, they drop like crazy in the dark zone. Where's the other one that I have here? Look at this thing. There's one that I have here that's got 50,000 health. And then I can get one with a good armor roll. This one's got 12% armor. I don't know if that's a good thing. I can run pieces, but then initially, before you start looking for the pieces, you have to first get the concept together and kind of test out if it's going to be viable. And so from what we've seen just now, I want you to make your decision. Was that viable if I were to spec and complete the build, or would it just be a waste of my time? I'm going to stop the rambling right now. Thank you guys very much for listening and watching. If you want to join the Gamey Daddy Discord, the link is in the description below. There are people that are looking for LFG groups on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And you can jump in there, and people are really nice and friendly. They'll join your group for raids and all that stuff. And a big shout out to Bitnik. Oh my goodness. That guy's crazy. He literally has made the Discord look like a Discord channel, because I'm a pleb when it comes to using Discord. And also another friend of mine, LP Guardian, is going to be doing some reviews. So shout out to those two guys, man. They really make me look like a serious content creator. And so I really do appreciate them. And then to all the boys that farm with me and put up with me on Discord, you guys rock as well. So have a happy Memorial Day if you are in the United States. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Peace.